My name is Kate, and I am an animal care specialist here at the Roger Williams Park Zoo.
Hello there, I am Diana Waterman. I'm the lead keeper of commissary and ambassadors here at Roger Williams Park Zoo.
And I'm Emily MacDonald, and I am the primary keeper of ambassadors here at Roger Williams Park Zoo.
Hello, I'm John Rossi. I'm a touring drummer with a passion for animal conservation. When I'm on the road, I spend as much time as possible visiting zoos, aquariums, and conservation organizations. Now, I want to share those places with you. I'll be talking to keepers, vets, conservationists, anyone who can help me in my mission of connecting my people to animals through their people. Join me on my Rossifari. Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the Rossifari podcast. All right, y'all, here's the deal. It's Tuesday and it's an interview episode, but it's actually two miniature interviews. Today, we are returning to Roger Williams Park Zoo, and we are going to be talking to three of the keepers who graced our podcast last year, and we're going to be updating their stories. So first, you're going to hear from Kate, who was part of the dream team with Kate and Kaz that completely changed the lives of the Binturongs at Roger Williams Park Zoo last year. And for those of you who listened to Zoo News on Friday, you know that I announced that we're working on something pretty special right now, and you'll get to hear kind of the start of that process in the interview. And then the current dynamic duo at Roger Williams Park Zoo, Diana and Emily, are back to talk about changes to the ambassador program, why a catio is making such a cool impact at Roger Williams Park Zoo right now, and some exciting life changes that they are going through. Well, that one of them is going through. You'll see what I mean when you get there. I'm a naughty boy sometimes. And yeah, so that's really all I'm going to say about that. A couple of quick things. First of all, make sure you're following along. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. Make sure that you are following on the socials at Rossifari Pod on TikTok. And also don't forget that there are still 2 days left to sign up to potentially get more information about my trip to Ecuador. So I'll have all of the links on the socials. Please, please, please consider joining that WhatsApp group. Not giving your information away, not gonna be all spammy. And I really, really, really would love to see a few more bodies in there. That would help to make sure that the trip can happen and happen effectively. There's no commitment. There's no nothing. You just sign up for the WhatsApp group, and it will have a big impact on whether or not I and some other Rossifarians can go and do sea turtle conservation work in Ecuador. And of course, if you want to come, you definitely need to be in that WhatsApp group. Okay, so with all of that said, it is time. Let's get to Roger Williams Park Zoo for a really fun catch-up episode, and I think one of those episodes that's going to go down in history as the moment something changed in a major way for Rossifari. Yeah. And so the point of today's episode, Corey and I were talking and thought it would be fun to do a catch-up with some of the people that we have had on before. And you are one of those people. So welcome back.
Thank you.
And the episode that we did focused on you and another animal care professional, Kaz, who is sadly no longer here.
Yeah.
They have moved on to Brookfield Zoo, but I will say, make you jealous, I hung out with them all last week at the ABMA conference.
I know, I'm so jealous.
Kaz even came to my birthday party.
That's so awesome.
I was like, I'm going to rub Kate's nose in this so much. But I will say, it was interesting too, because Kaz is having a great experience out there, but also really misses this place, misses the people, misses the animals, which I thought was really cool.
We talk about that a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I'm like, you can come back, No, I know.
I'm sure, life is long and who knows what will happen.
You never know.
But, and so the episode that we did was focused on the fact that the two of you had done a whole bunch of stuff for the two Binturongs here.
Yes.
And it turns out that the changes did not magically end at the end of that episode.
No.
So the first thing I want to talk about is just what's going on with the Bints.
Yeah, the Binturong have moved into their new habitat. The zoo completely tore down and flattened everything in their old habitat. And they were down living in the vet hospital for about a year. And down there, I just kind of started experimenting with things a bit, like substrates on the ground and different ways of perching and enrichment. And just one day out of nowhere, Ricky, our older Binturong, he just turned 20 this year.
Which is insane.
Yeah, he's an old man. Who has had the reputation of being kind of a curmudgeon and not very, interested in interacting with people before. Even his keeper that worked here a very long time ago, he never really interacted with him like Poppy did. So one day I was just doing some husbandry and Ricky all of a sudden flipped upside down on his back on my shoes. And he was just sitting on the ground. And I was like, what are you doing? And, I took out my phone because I had to take pictures. So I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, yeah. You took out pictures to document, not because it was adorable.
Oh, of course it was adorable. Oh, my God. A Binturong face, especially a Binturong that's in like a play type behavior. Oh, God. It's the best. And it didn't stop there. He started playing with a ball that he's had forever. And he was holding on to a perch upside down and like scaling it. And I was just amazed because I had never witnessed that before. And I was always told, you got to be careful with him. He's notorious for being, food aggressive and he doesn't want to interact with anybody. So I kind of took that opportunity and I rolled with it and I let him, do his thing. And then the next couple days, I just kind of went down there the same time. It was around lunchtime. And I just hung out with him and fed him some snacks. And sooner or later, he was full on like Binturong rolling around and anything. Like he wants to play with a ball, a stick, a box. He loved a shoe. And I still am just amazed because he's kind of like Benjamin Button. He's aging backwards. He's turned into like a young Binturong again. And
that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And we still to this day have that kind of like special relationship. Even when I'm not on the run that those animals are on, I will go over there and make sure that I show face and give them attention. And I give Poppy her positive affirmations, of course, and her snacks.
Of course. Yes. Very important.
But Ricky, I don't know, he just kind of became my soul animal.
Wow.
And I've always wanted that as a younger, like growing up when I wanted to be a zookeeper, I always thought, oh my gosh, I can't wait to have that kind of relationship with an animal.
Right.
And when it happened, it was just amazing.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I love that so much. And I love that it was Ricky.
Even Poppy now, too.
Oh, that's as well,
Yeah.
yes. But just I remember meeting Ricky, and I remember just even with the quality of life being so much better for him and him being so much happier, he was just a happy, grumpy old man.
Mm-hmm.
And to hear about the Benjamin buttoning is just incredible. I mean, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear.
Yep.
Very cool. And then talk about the new habitat.
Yeah, so the habitat, it used to be just kind of one shelter and a couple like perches here and there, because it's an older zoo and a lot of the exhibits are being updated now, which is great. And luckily Binturong was one of them. And they have like a whole runway and they have so many higher up areas for them to just like relax and hang out. And even like down on the ground, because Ricky likes to hang out on the ground a lot too. There's sod everywhere and there's logs and they have a running waterfall. So it's just a really good opportunity for them to exhibit those behaviors that Binturong do. Like they can be Binturong now, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the holding looks like it has some like windows and stuff in it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they each have a window and then they have a shelf under it.
Oh,
so
nice.
when people are like, hey, where are the Binturong? I'm like, you never know. There could be one in the window. And I sing like, how much is that Binturong in the window?
This is why we're friends.
Yes.
I like it. No, that's really cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah, all of this makes me very happy.
Yeah.
I forget, were you here when Bramble was born, or was that before your time?
That was before my time.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I was just down in Atlanta, and I saw Bramble, who I saw as a bintlet here.
Yeah.
And then saw Bramble's now adult children, which was incredible to see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good times, but irrelevant to you.
Yeah. That's on my
yes.
bucket list, is to see a bintlet. I would absolutely die.
They are incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had a couple of cool experiences with them. But then, so you, we focused entirely on Binturong's last time, but you do work multiple strings here. And including today, you're in with my friends, the tree kangaroos.
Yes.
And there have been some changes since the last time that we were here in that world. And we've talked about it in Zoo News, but Paya has moved on for a breeding wreck, and but then more recently, Morobi passed away.
Yes.
And he was a very, very special boy. And I was curious if you had any thoughts or insights or anything you could share about Mr. Morobi.
Morobi was one that you had to spend time with for him to trust you. So he's another one that you kind of have to, make time to go over and give him a snack, give him attention. But my favorite thing about him was he loved his nap time, and he loved his hammock with lots of hay on it, and he would sleep on his side. And he would wake up from his, 3-4 hour nap, as tree kangaroos do. And he would just have like the sleepy smush face. And it was the best. And you could just tell he was just in his happiest place when he was just taking a nap. Yeah, he was a tough one for us to lose. And I loved he always had his middle finger up.
Yep.
That middle finger was always up.
Yep. That's what went, so I have a video of him, because you're right, you had to work on a relationship with him, but I was fortunate enough that when I was here so many times in a row, I built one with him, and I got to hang out with him and spend time with him, and I was one of the people he accepted, which not working here is really special,
Right.
And the one video I took of him, and it's just him crunching a carrot, but he's flicking off the screen.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the way it was angled. I didn't do it intentionally. I didn't even process it. But that went, I think, over 5 million views each on Insta and TikTok.
Wow.
With people being like, why is this animal, flipping me the bird? And also, what is this? And then I'm in there educating about tree kangaroos. And
Right.
it's like, Morobi, you're having this huge impact on all these people, and you don't know that. You're just taking a 4-hour nap in the hay,
Exactly.
But I was like, that to me has been such an amazing memory of Morobi. And I mean, today's my first day back at the zoo since he passed. And Mac, who is the kind of primary keeper there, is not here today, and told me to swing by because there was a LaRue birthday crown for me. Because, of course, this is what Mac does, right? And
Of course, she's the queen.
Yeah, and so there is a crown with LaRue's face on it. And did not tell me that there were also some Morobi footprints in there for me. And you gave those to me, and I immediately burst into tears, which even caught me off guard.
Right.
Which I'm okay with. I'm not at all embarrassed by that. I knew it was going to be hard to come back. Once you come back to a place, like in my world where I'm not at a place every day, and I have these great memories, and then I go back and those animals have passed on or whatever, it's always a little challenging to find the difference and be okay with it.
Yeah.
But that moment hit me so hard. And of course, that's exactly why Mac did it.
Of course.
Yeah, Mac is the best.
Yeah.
But I love that even though he's gone, and LaRue is older as well.
She is.
K-Wing is here, and Ren is still here, and they are still bonded super tightly.
Yes, they're like Velcro, those
Yeah, talk about that a little bit, actually.
Yeah, it's just a unique trait that Ren has. Everywhere K-Wing goes, Ren has to be. I don't see them separated a lot. Like when they're on exhibit, Ren always has her arms like wrapped around K-Wing so tight. And sometimes K-Wing's like, all right, that's enough. But Ren's like, no, Mom, wait. I want to be with you. So it's just an individual thing for her.
Yeah, and normally, I was at the tree kangaroo workshop, and I learned this. Normally, it's the boys that are clingy, and even out in the wild, the moms and female joeys will separate about a year and a half. They will completely separate, whereas boys will stick around for like 2 years. So like they stay longer. These two aren't showing any signs of separating.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting when we were back there in the holding area. I mean, they were literally joined.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you had told me that was one creature, I would have believed you.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that. But yeah, and the cool thing about it is knowing what the SSP is looking for and everything. I'm sure, this is such a great facility for breeding, and there's so much holding space here that I'm assuming there will be a male coming this way. I haven't looked at the latest SSP, but and all of that will continue. And it is definitely a nice thing to see that kind of thing and to see the generations continue on. But
Morobi definitely he left a big mark on the zoo and on his keepers and on his people, and he sent the world out with a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So,
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need them. We need them.
Definitely.
So, yeah, very cool. What other things are going on in your zoo world right now?
In my zoo world, I've been mainly working with the North American river otters and the African pouch rats. And I've kind of focused on their training, especially the pouch rats. Pouch rats are really cool. This is my first time working with them, and they're so smart. And they want to interact with people, and they want to constantly be doing something. So working with them and trying to figure out, difficult things for them to figure out when we're not here or, throughout the day, has kind of taken up a lot of my time. And working with the otters, especially with their voluntary, medical, I can't think of the word.
Husbandry?
Husbandry, like their
behaviors training?
Yeah, they're
all of these?
Yes, all of those things.
All of the things that you do? Your job? Yes.
Exactly, yeah. We've been working on having them be like 100% voluntary.
Right.
Which has been really great.
That's very cool. Yeah, I saw that they got quite the treat today.
Oh yeah, big piece of tilapia.
Yeah, yeah, they're having fun with that.
Yep.
That's very cool. So talk to me about pouch rats a little bit more. That's not exactly a species you see all over.
Yeah, so pouch rats are they're originally for detecting landmines and tuberculosis.
I did not know that one. I knew the landmines one.
Yes, yep, tuberculosis. And they are working with them to detect cadavers and trafficked wildlife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they're so cool. I don't know, and people, stop by the exhibit and they're like, ew, that's so gross. Oh, it's a rat. And I'm like, but it's so cool. Like, you don't understand what they do. Yeah, their senses are so heightened, and they're just cool.
They're just cool.
They're just cool.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like it. That's the whole keeper talk right there.
They're just cool.
They're just cool, man. They're just cool.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I get it. I think it's so weird to me when people are grossed out by animals to begin with. But then something that's so cool and intelligent and actually does stuff, like for us, like,
right.
I don't get it. Yeah. Those are new here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had not seen them before, but I will admit they're in the same building as tree kangaroo, and I oftentimes just only see the tree. Like I forget
Yes.
there's a Komodo dragon across from me
Yeah.
when I'm there, so I'm guilty of that problem.
Yeah.
But no, that's really something special. Very cool. And then there's one other change that is happening that I want to discuss, which is outside of the zoo world. But congratulations are in order. You're getting married.
I am. Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So destination wedding, huh?
Yeah, Curacao.
Yeah. That's really exciting. What led to that decision?
My fiance and I were actually engaged in Curacao. Yeah, and
Wow.
it was just we hadn't been on a trip with one another for a long time, and it just kind of popped up, and we did some research, and we wanted to see what it was about, and it just became a very special place for us.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Nice. I love that.
yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then with all of that said, is there a conservation organization you'd like to give a shout out to?
Oh, of course.
Duh.
Duh. Binturong have become very special to me. They've become my second favorite animal, first being turtles. I can never replace turtles because I love them so much. But since working here, I've just fallen in love with them. And I followed AB Conservation, and our AZAC chapter did a fundraiser for them, a brewery fundraiser, and we sold their paintings, and they have their own personal can, which is really cool.
I saw that. I was like, I want to come to this thing. I wasn't even at home. I was somewhere in the South, I think. But
Yeah.
I was like, how much is the flight to Providence?
Yeah.
Go to this brewery, get a Binturong can. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're very near and dear to my heart.
Very cool. I know you're a busy person.
I am.
But I am just going to float this just into the wide universe that binturongs are not endangered.
Right.
They are, I can't think of the word, threatened.
Yep.
Yeah. However, in certain areas of their home range, they are endangered, which is all that it takes to launch an AZA safe program for a species. They don't have to be fully endangered. They just have to be endangered in parts of their habitat. I'm just putting that into the wide universe, just as something I thought you might want to know.
Thank you.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's time now, don't you know? We've come to the end of the show, but there's one tale left to go. You're gonna laugh and say, oh no. It's time for the Rossifari poop story.
Oh, love these. My first one, I remember I talked about a snake, so why not keep it going? I have another one. I was in a holding area with another keeper, and I heard a noise. You hear the noise that you know something has just come out of someone. And I looked at my keeper friend and I said, "Was that you?" It just came out of nowhere.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And what I meant was, did you squeeze a bottle of soap?
Right.
Or something like that? Nothing. And then it just kind of spiraled out of there, and they were like, "Oh yeah, don't you know I have IBS? Sorry."
That's amazing.
Yeah. And lo and behold, one of our snakes dropped a nice good one for us, and you could hear the whole thing.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you for taking the time to do this. I know you're having a busy day, so
Thank you.
Get back to it.
Yes.
Woo! Welcome back.
Happy to be back. It's been too long.
It has, yes. I love this relationship so much. And whether I mean your relationship or all three of our relationship or Rossifari and you guys, I don't know, whatever. All of them. They all make me very happy. So my idea for this episode was to do catching up with some people. And obviously you guys jumped right on that. And somebody even came in on her day off.
I know, somebody who maybe doesn't have great work-life balance. No, I'm kidding. This is hanging out with friends. This isn't work.
Real.
Yeah.
Very real. No, but I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah. So It's been a while, but the last time you guys were on, you were making dumb jokes on my holiday special, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yes.
the time before that, and of course, by doing this episode again, you're in this season, so you are now eligible to be in the holiday special again. Yes, see, always thinking. So we were just talking about all the different ambassadory things, right?
Yeah.
And so I know that is an area where things tend to change a lot. So tell me what's going on. What's new?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, things are new, that's for sure.
Things are new.
You're right, always changing, kind of the name of the game.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with one favorite thing that's new about ambassadors these days?
I mean, we have new red-crested Taracos, and they're pretty young, and so...
Do you know that I'm obsessed with Taracos?
No, we
Yes.
didn't know that.
So
But also-
I'll tell you all story.
Anyone who's been introduced to a Taraco has to be obsessed.
Yeah, they're
If
just
they've
like a
got
little
good sense about
dinosaur
them. Oh,
thing.
fantastic. Go.
So before, I think I was doing the Rossifari Instagram early on, before the podcast was a thing. I was at the Cincinnati Zoo, and there's this gorgeous area, the Cincinnati Zoo, right past Red Pandas, that is a big outdoor area, but the trees, it's bamboo, and it goes up like 25 feet in the air,
Oh, wow.
and it starts to curl over, so it almost is like a natural arch, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's stunning. And I saw that they were closing off that section, and I was about to walk through to get to Panda. And so I walked up, ostensibly just to see if I could get through to Panda. And the person was like, oh, sorry, we're closing this down for a training thing right now. And I was like, oh, do you mind if I watch the training thing? And they were like, yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, cool. And so they brought out a Lady Ross's Taraco named Zulu.
Cute.
Oh, yeah.
And then she talked to somebody. She came back and she was like, want to help us? And I was like, and again, this is not John of Rossifari, right? This is just a lucky zoo guest,
yeah,
right?
Incredible guest
Right.
And so she
experience.
pulls me back, and Zulu was learning to do the thing where she walks from arm to arm,
Oh
the
my
ladder
God,
thing,
I
right?
saw a video that her keeper must have posted. I saw this. It's so cute. We were saying how
It's
cute
so
would that
cute.
be to train our girls to do
Yes,
that.
yes.
Yes.
And so I got to hold my arms out
Cute.
and have this Taraco run across. And to this day, I don't know. I had just eaten a pretzel. I don't know if I had a crumb. I don't know if that's why. But Zulu stopped on my arm, walked right up, and just stuck her face
No.
like on my chest.
She just
and then walked
knew.
back and went again. And I was like, well, now I love you guys. And that's all it takes, right?
Yeah.
That one
Picked you
moment.
and you picked
Yeah.
Taracos.
And I was like,
That's
okay,
so
I love
cute.
Taracos now. And I'm obsessed with them. And I love that, their pigmentation is different than how most bird
Yes.
pigmentation works and stuff. And
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
They're still so new to us that
Yeah.
every feather that they lose is like this special treasure.
Yeah,
Of
we're
like,
just keeping it.
Look at it in the light. Look at it in the sunlight. The pigments are amazing. It's so cool.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just little treasures. They've been fun.
Yeah.
Kiwi
Yeah.
and Clementine.
Yeah, Kiwi
Nice.
and
Two little
Clementine,
cuties.
they're little sisters. They're a little smaller than the Lady Rosses, but
yeah.
because they're young, it's kind of giving us that opportunity to really start everything from the beginning with them. So we've been working on recall, we've been working on nail trims, we've been working on voluntary weights. So it's just kind of cool I've never started at square one with a bird. So it's been pretty neat. They're just so cute.
And everything's just sunshine and rainbows.
Yes.
They don't have negative past experiences
Exactly,
to say,
yeah.
oh, this is a thing I'm scared of, because
Right.
we're just so starting fresh, and it's just such a unique kind of animal to train.
Yeah.
Just with that kind of personality and just
Yeah.
the world being so open to them. Oh, we love it.
Yeah,
It's
they're
super.
really cute.
That's really cool. Oh, I'm so excited. I had no idea.
Yeah, they're really sweet.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what's the plan for them? Do you all know yet? Are you figuring that out, or?
I think we're still trying to figure it out. They're fully flighted, so ideally, maybe they'll be in a situation like Zulu. That would be awesome, like a free flighted program of some sort, which is why we're trying to really hammer down the recall and crate for sure. But yeah, they're still so young and so new to us. So we haven't gotten them in a program setting yet, but hopefully soon. Maybe we'll do like a trial run one of these days just to see. But yeah, eventually, a free flighted program would be cool. Probably indoors to start, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
but-
shooting for the stars is such
Yeah.
a cool idea.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's face it, thanks to when NEI was here, the zoo knows how to handle fly-offs, military macaws that I was here for.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So-
They dealt with it a lot.
When we've talked with our animal care manager about potentially in the future outdoor programs, she says we just need to have staffing that gives us the time for you guys to drive all over Providence
Yeah.
to find birds
Real.
that
Yeah.
go on an adventure.
Exactly.
So, long term, we would love to get some of these little kiddos flying outside. It would be super cool.
That'd be really cool.
Amy Fennell still accuses me. She says I'm the reason they flew off. By the way, just so you know. We talked about it at the conference.
Geez.
Yeah, no, she loves to pick on me for that. But
Well, if we ever do outdoor flying programs, you are not coming then.
I was going to say, my arms are always available if you guys need.
Arms are available, but not outside.
That's quite entertaining. But oh my gosh, that's so cool. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me other things.
Well, speaking of little ones, our 9-banded armadillos, who we talked about a lot on our last interview episode, they recently celebrated their first birthday. And so we have a few of them still living with mom. They look pretty much like fully grown adults now. To us, they still look tiny, but to everybody else, you can barely tell them apart. A few of them are going to be greeting guests up at our Connection Corner this summer. And then we just sent one of them to her new home in Miami literally today.
Oh, nice.
Yep. She got on a plane this morning.
Yep.
And then we're really hoping to continue our breeding program. So we're expecting to accept some males into quarantine pretty soon. We're super fortunate that our mom, Patsy, of all of our little ones, she just does an incredible job with her litters. We're one of only a very few zoos that are really successfully raising 9-banded. So we're super excited to get new male genetics in, keep that breeding program going. So we're hoping to have some new faces in quarantine soon and then get them on the ambassador track.
Nice. Now, I'm curious. I know for a long time, zoos weren't doing ambassador breeding.
Yeah.
It's kind of a newer thing. And there are actually still zoos that, like, flat out won't.
Yeah.
So do you think that, are zoos less successful with it because there aren't as many doing it because they're ambassador animals? Or are y'all just real good at it?
Well, I think I don't want to pat us on the back too much. So much of this breeding did happen before we started. We've together been through one full litter from like pregnancy all the way through first birthdays. I really like when ambassadors are very multi-purpose around a zoo. Like I love for ambassadors that also spend exhibit time, that do private encounters, that do formalized shows, that are part of a breeding program. I think it's just so enriching to have different dynamics within their life. I think one of the reasons why we're one of just a few doing it is they can be really tricky to hand rear if that's what it comes down to. I know that we've been in talks with some other zoos that have maybe had a litter, but mom doesn't take to parenting the first time around. We've heard of some zoos that have done an incredible job hand rearing, but it is notoriously really tricky. So I think part of our really good fortune here is just that our mom, Patsy, she is
exceptional.
Oh, mom through and through.
Yeah.
Honestly, everything through and through.
Yeah.
Her encounters, her programs. She's just
just a great animal.
Yeah. She's like really one of those like one in a million kind of creatures.
Yeah.
And so we're really hoping that those like mothering instincts of hers get passed on to her offspring so that hopefully other zoos can have really successful breeding programs if it's the parenting where things are lacking.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very, very cool. Yeah. And so I take it that y'all are a fan of the whole breeding ambassadors in general.
I think it's a good thing for them to have in their lives. I like the social dynamics that breeding requires. I like the way that they're allowed to engage in such a unique variety of natural behaviors.
Yeah.
And so I think that if we're going to have our animals under human care, giving them these really rich life experiences of things that they might only be able to experience with humans, but other things like breeding and parenthood that would happen without us, I feel like that's such a great variety within an animal's life and gives them like a very full, meaningful time while they're under our care.
And because they're going to programs, whether it's schools or on grounds things, it's just such a good talking point. Like it forces you to talk about this and everything, and we have it here right in front of people. So yeah, I think it all works out together.
Yeah.
Just for their well-being and just for education purposes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's an awesome idea. And I think I get the idea of like having to retrain behaviors and like when is a mom ready to go be an ambassador again and all that. So it's tricky.
Yeah.
But everything we do is tricky and we figure it out and do it well, right? That's the whole point of this. So yeah, very cool. Awesome. And then I know there's one thing we need to talk about, which is a catio.
Yes.
Yes. Explain this to me.
That was so dorky.
It really was, and appreciated.
So we, oh man, we have.
I'm not editing any of this out, by the way.
No, how
Please
could
don't.
you,
No,
right?
no.
For the catio grand opening for staff here, we all had sparkly sequined cat ears for the
Oh,
day.
yeah.
Oh my God.
We looked amazing.
So maybe that's why I leaned into it. I've
I
got
like
my
it.
full cat girl on.
I like
Oh, yeah.
it.
Yeah, we have a quartet of cats living here at the zoo in our catio space. We're super excited. It was really a passion project of our chief zoological officer, Amy Roberts. She's worked with so many species of exotics, but she is a domestic cat person through and through. And what was really funny about the catio and where it ended up, like which department it was under here at the zoo, ended up under ambassadors. We're hoping to be able to utilize our cats in ambassador programming. It ended up with the two people, myself and Em, who have never had a cat in our lives.
No.
Oh, no, that's
Isn't that so
hilarious.
funny?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Amy, our chief zoological officer, told me, she said it's cute to watch us try to figure out how to be around cats because it's like we're around so many exotic and interesting species that we feel so comfortable with. And then I like see a domestic cat and I'm like, oh no, like, what do I do with that?
The smallest cat that we worked together was Serval's.
Yes.
So we had Serval on the brain.
Oh, yeah.
We could tell you plenty about that, but cats were a new adventure for us and we
Yeah.
are loving it.
Yeah, they're
Nice.
super cute.
That's really cool. So why a catio?
Yeah. So I think, honestly, why a catio was a real big topic of discussion, even just among staff at the zoo. I think sometimes working in the zoo world, we become the extraordinary nature of our job, being among animals that so many people might never get to see in their lives. Sometimes that becomes so ordinary to us that it's worth stopping and pausing and realizing and acknowledging how incredible our jobs are. But sometimes it makes it hard to frame then the value of a domestic here at the zoo, particularly something that a lot of our guests might have at their home, a cat. But it's really incredible the way that this domestic, just kind of its unique niche that it fits in the world. Like this domestic is incredibly impactful to the environment. We're using this catio as an enormous part of our Songbird Safe contributions through AZA. Even though cats are something that a lot of people might have at home, all of us became animal lovers from such a young age. There are so many people that have never interacted with animals this way, that might not have domestics in their lives. And being able to connect like a little kiddo when they're first learning about animals, cat's going to be one of the first one that comes up, being able to make those early connections.
Well, I guess just with Songbird Safe, just if you are going to have a cat, like it's just like a clear visual. I mean, not everybody can achieve what our zoo has made. It's very nice. But it's just a clear visual as to if you want your cat to be outside, like this is probably a safer option for them, but also all of the other species around.
Yeah.
You know, like they could go out and get hit by a car, they could get some disease and, you know, who knows what else.
Yeah, they
And
kill
then
lots of
They
songbirds
kill
every year.
lots
Like
of
so
birds.
many. It's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
Squirrels, all of it. And so we're not only protecting them, we're protecting these other species that are important for the environment. But why keep them in the house if you don't have to?
Yeah.
If you are able to build something or have someone build something for you, then this is a great example of that.
Yeah. And we're hoping long-term also, catio is not the only option for people with their cat at home.
Yeah.
We're hoping to get harness training on some of these cats so that they can meet people in a variety of ways.
Yep.
Your cat doesn't just have to be a homebody. You take your dog for walks, you could do the same with your cat.
Yep.
They can have supervised outdoor time with you. Those types of things. So we think it's a really great way to connect with our community, maybe people that don't have cats in their lives, people that can make that initial animal loving connection to an animal like a cat. And we're just super excited with all the different directions that it can go.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's
So
been
we
cool.
partnered with the Rhode Island SPCA. They went through their incredible collection of cats that they have helped rescue and rehome. And they found 3 individuals for us that they thought would be really good fits. So our current catio residents are Oreo, Ferguson, Wimpy Kid, and Jane M. Goodall.
Amazing.
M stands for milkshake.
Milkshake.
Okay, of course. Which was actually Jane's middle name. A lot of people don't know that.
That's a little known
exactly.
fact.
Yes.
Just those of us on the in. And then, have you heard of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid stories? Excellent. Not a lot. It's a pretty popular thing. What am I saying?
Yeah, but like,
When people,
I have an 11-year-old, so like Miles
Oh my God, I didn't
introduced
know
me
that.
to
Yeah.
yeah. Miles introduced me to them, and the books are great. I've read some of them with him, but there's a movie and it's fantastic.
The movies are awesome.
I've heard the movie's great.
Yeah, they're really good.
And did you know the author's pretty local too?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
cool.
just a little bit north in Plainville, Mass.
Okay.
And so when Wimpy Kid was first brought here to the zoo, there was a little bit of debate of, do we want to change the name? Is Wimpy Kid a little bit negative? But looking at the books and the author and what he does with his money and success from this series has been incredible. Like, he's all about community building. He's done incredible things for the town of Plainville, where he's local to. So we felt like the name was already adorable.
Yes.
And we felt like the message behind the books and connection to the author, we felt like that all really aligned with the zoo's message and a lot of the things that we seek in community. So we said Wimpy Kid sticks around. And we're obsessed with him.
Yeah.
He's a hoot.
He's so cute.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Those are such great names. I love it.
Yeah, we're loving cat life.
So actually, interestingly, Buttonwood Park Zoo is doing something similar. They haven't built the catio yet. That is the next step.
We had them visit us.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay, very cool. So I was there yesterday.
Nice.
And they've adopted 3 cats.
Oh, nice.
And they currently live in the offices until this catio gets built. And they have full reign of the offices. So I was in there and I did an interview, and the one cat absolutely was on my lap the entire time.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Except for at the beginning, she walked across my computer and was messing with my computer. And it's
She
fine.
had work
I don't
to
care.
do.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. But so I get to my hotel room last night and I pull up the file, and as she walked across it, she messed up everything. Now, I record everything on these mics now.
Yeah.
I couldn't even fix it to the point where I could import that backup data onto it. So I just started a new file, imported the backup data. Everything's fine.
Oh my God.
But that cat, I know this program. I've been using this program for 6 years for this podcast and years before that for music. I could not, I even started Googling. I went down like the wormhole. I knew that all I needed to do was just start over.
Yeah.
But I wanted to like solve what this cat
she
had
did.
done.
How did a cat
absolutely.
outsmart this?
And I couldn't do it. And
my
I hit a
God.
point where I literally had nothing left and the internet had nothing left. And I was like,
She knows something we don't.
She's a hacker.
And
I love that.
that is like classic
cat,
cat.
right?
Like
I know.
I don't know what they're up to, but it's something.
I know. It was the most, I was like, this is the most cat experience ever.
Yes.
I can't even process.
Oh my gosh,
that
that's so funny.
I was just sitting there, just 2 laptops out, one for this, one for research, nothing. And I was like, all right, you win.
Outsmarted by
You win.
Buttonwood's newest resident.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's so
it
cute.
was fantastic. But I love that Safe North American Songbird is pushing these ideas and encouraging places to do this.
Yeah.
That's really
A
cool.
lot of zoos have been really excited about our catio. Like the folks from our zoo who were at the ABMA Combined Conference. So many people were asking about our catio and how is it going and what's the public reception. So we're really excited that this collaboration between us and a local rescue and like the tie-in with Songbird Safe and then hopefully being able to do outreach with our ambassadors. If that's something that a lot of zoos are excited about, I'm really excited for the impact that could have on those 2.4 billion songbirds that are killed every year.
Yeah.
I think it's a really great way to engage the public and have, like Em said, such a clear visual connection to these animals that we know, these animals that you might have at your house and love, and how you can make them like a better part of their natural environment.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's so exciting.
It is
Yeah,
exciting.
it really
it's
is.
Cool.
It really is. And it also gives a chance to rescue animals
Yeah.
in a way that we don't think of.
Right,
Little zoos,
exactly.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many directions this could go long term. Like perhaps we could take in like FOSPIS type cases. We could take on some medically complex cases that we have access to with our incredible veterinary team. Long term, we might be interested in helping with adoption type events. That could a cat get a lot of exposure to people here at the zoo to become a better adoption candidate? There are so many directions, and we're really excited about that being part of Ambassadors.
Yeah, that's very cool. Is there anything else we need to touch on in the ambassador world before we move on to some other things?
I think just that ambassadors are so exciting and important.
I agree.
I agree.
Yes. All right. So, I just finished an interview with Kate, and she was saying goodbye to everyone because she is off to get married.
Yes.
So big change in her life there. I can't help but notice that I keep getting blinded by this insane
No, put your sunglasses on, seriously.
rock that is hanging out on your left hand. I don't even know how many carats that is. But so talk to me about the shiny left hand.
I think you have to add a visual medium to this podcast. Too.
Yeah.
My goodness, I don't want to.
It deserves its own post.
People will be jealous. People will be there.
You
there
are
will be,
so
look at
kind.
that ring.
Thank you very, very much. I am also getting married in October. Yeah, thank you. I'm so excited. My fiance and I have been together forever. He's just as into the animals as I am. He's so supportive of my passion and my crazy work and just all the things involved in animals being such a big part of my life. He's such a good supporter. So yes, I have a beautiful ring on my finger. He got it's got 3 stones. He got 2 of them from my mother. And then got a brand new like ethically grown one for the middle. So that's why I came in on my day off. So I can wear this. I can't wear it while I
She
work.
can't wear that to work.
That was actually my first thought when I saw it. I was like, "What are you doing wearing that?" And then I was like, "Oh wait, you're not
Oh,
working."
God, no.
But like,
No, it's a strictly off the clock. I get home, I put the ring back on.
yeah, my goodness, that's gorgeous. Well, congratulations!
Thank you so much. I appreciate
That's really
that.
exciting. Also, October weddings are awesome.
Yeah?
That's what I had.
You were in October?
Oh, nice.
Super.
Yeah.
I'm October 4th.
Okay.
We thought 10-4 was adorable. How are you going to
That's
forget
so
that?
cute.
Yeah, 10-4-2-6. Love it.
Love it. All right, so we have a wedding, and a wedding. So, Em, what's going on in your life?
Not a wedding. No, I'm just kidding.
I had to do it that way on
No,
purpose.
yeah,
just 'cause
no,
I knew you'd be okay with that. Yeah.
No, hopefully my boyfriend listens to this. No, everything is good in my life. Nothing crazy like that, but
So
you know.
actually, I have a surprise for you. Come on in. No.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That is so funny. Oh my God. In the work uniform and everything.
Stinking like a porcupine.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Probably sobbing.
Oh my God.
When the podcast gets a visual medium, that's when you know.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
That's
my
when you know the
gosh.
engagement's around
That's
the corner.
so funny. No, I am happy with how my life is going right now. No complaints.
I'm
yeah.
glad, yes. And I knew you would. We talked earlier. I knew
Yes,
you-
yes.
Yeah, I didn't tell you I was going to do that.
No,
but
you
I
didn't.
did.
I was like, I don't
But
have,
I knew what would be
I
okay.
don't have anything.
For those listening, I knew. No, but I will tell you, joking about the stinking of a porcupine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I proposed to Zoe, I did so with a red panda.
Yes.
And I had a very specific problem, which was that Zoe had always made it very clear, and just knowing her, do not propose like it had to be a private thing. It couldn't be
Okay.
like a public thing.
Yeah.
I think before she told me her middle name, she told me that if I was ever going to propose, I shouldn't do it from stage. Because, like, she's like, if I'm going to start dating a musician, I just need to kill that
Yeah,
idea
I need
right
to
now.
put it out there.
Yeah,
Don't even think about
which
it.
Fair, right?
Yeah.
And so, so I worked it out, Elmwood Park Zoo, on a day when they were closed.
Oh, excellent.
And their registrar, who is also their head vet, who is also friends with both of us, worked it out where they said they were going to start doing red panda encounters, and they wanted us to come and test them out.
Oh, I love it.
that lie.
So yeah, it was very good. And so we went in, and Michelle, who was that person, and who was she took pictures, didn't take video, and I'm actually glad. I like pictures more than video.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's sweet.
And so you see this series of photos, which makes it funnier to me that it's a series of photos of the two of us hanging out with Slash, feeding Slash. Then I drop down to one knee and pull out a ring as Slash is coming back. And Zoe has
No idea.
She's interacting with this red panda while her ring is sitting behind her. And then she eventually turns. And it's just so funny to me. It's a series of photos. I can show this to you. It's her seeing it, grabbing me in a hug, us hugging, Slash starts to come back into the picture. And my hand starts to drop down with an apple because I'm already back engaging with Slash.
Oh my God. Moment's over.
Yep. And I'm holding her with one hand and like, come here, buddy. Come here.
That's so cute.
That is so fun.
Yeah, it is.
I love that.
It is such a great little memory. And it's so us. Her ignoring the
gonna
ring,
say, yeah.
me ignoring the hug at the end.
It seems
'cause there's a red
very
panda.
perfect.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my God,
it
that's
worked.
so
Yeah.
cute.
I bet
Yeah.
you could get people in here to tell such funny stories about
yeah.
engagements at the zoo, things people have asked for, things that they've pulled off, things that have gone haywire.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone's got a few stories of the wackiest thing and the cutest thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good
We
for
also
you guys.
got married at the
planned.
zoo.
Yeah.
And we had an
Same zoo?
ambassador. Yeah, same zoo.
Nice.
And we had an ambassador owl come to the ceremony.
Yes.
And it was an owl that had kind of grown up at the zoo and
Yeah.
was on the podcast from very early on.
Cool.
And it was its first public debut as an ambassador. And so that was also, we documented that with everything, which just made it extra special.
God,
Owl was
that's
named
so
Banshee.
Special.
It really was. It was super cool. And Banshee early on, I was back there doing the interview about Banshee, and Banshee got confused on flight and ended up landing on me as like a little owlet, and then was sitting on the glove. And I didn't have a glove on then, no. But,
Yeah.
And then at the wedding, was sitting on a glove on my arm, and it's just very
Wow.
cool. And we also all fed giraffes, which was
I
fun.
love
Always
those
a
personal
cool-
touches.
Yeah,
Oh
it
wow,
was
that's
nice.
awesome.
I know we're working on event space here at the zoo. Wasn't going to be ready in time for my wedding,
Yeah.
but a big engagement party maybe for somebody sitting next to me. Who's to say?
Oh.
Come on in. But yes, no, but yeah, so good times, and yeah, congrats. And I'm glad that you are happy with your life
Yes,
as it is.
I
Yes.
am. I am.
Yes.
Thank you.
So very cool. All right. I would like to get a conservation organization from one of you. So,
Alrighty.
what do you got? I would get them from both of you, but I know that you are a hive mind, so it's the same one.
We are. Yeah, so one of our mentors, Lauren Cully, we worked with her previously at Southwicks. She runs Keep Wild Rescue out of Massachusetts. She has a spot on the board at the Wildlife Rehabilitators Association of Massachusetts, and she uses her keeper experience to create enrichment opportunities for her rehab animals to maintain their wild behaviors. So, yeah, she started this, last year, the year before?
Oh my gosh, it could have even been longer than that.
Yeah, and we keep up with her on Facebook and everything, and I know she's done some work with New House Rehab. I don't know if anyone listening is familiar with that. It's another one in Massachusetts. But yeah, she does pretty amazing. So she's great. We love her.
Yeah, I think her background in ambassadors, lots of her rehab is incredibly education based. A big part of her being on the Wildlife Rehabilitators Association in Mass is she's very education focused, and I think that her rehab animals and her release animals are so successful because she's blended the two worlds of rehab, incredible zookeeping experience to just set these animals up for so much success. So we're obsessed with her. She doesn't know we're shouting her out. So.
I love that. Awesome. And then it is time.
Poop story. Well, I'll take this one. All right. This happened a little while ago, maybe even just a few months ago. So it was, I think, kind of early in my day. Myself and another keeper, Kate, actually, who I think you just caught. Oh yeah, you just caught up with earlier. We were talking wedding. So me and Kate were working in Mammal Room of Ambassadors. I was cleaning something. She was cleaning another. We're not looking at each other, facing other directions, both doing our own work. When you hear the loudest noise that is clearly, absolutely an animal pooping. It was Priscilla, our king snake, notorious pooper, loudest poop that I've ever heard out of this little snake.
Yes.
And Kate has the audacity to turn around to me and say, "Was that you?" I said, "Kate, no, that wasn't me." She's like, no, I thought that maybe it was your boot. And we were just cracking up, like peeing our pants laughing the whole day about her accusing me of taking a nasty fart in the ambassador.
Oh my God. The best part of this is the same story that she told. That's ridiculous. Guys.
It was so funny. We were laughing about it for probably days.
Oh my God.
So funny.
And Kate told it from her perspective.
Yeah.
I swear, if she said anything embarrassing about me, like I actually did fart, I'll have to.
She didn't say that, but she might have said that you have IBS. I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She's so fake. Put it on the record.
She does not.
Oh my goodness. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. This is fun as always.
Yes,
So good
this
to
was
see
really
you.
fun.
Anytime.
Y'all, I love those three humans so much. And it's it's so crazy to me that Roger Williams Park Zoo, a zoo that meant a lot to me before I started Rossifari, before I knew any of this stuff, has not only become such a huge friend of the podcast and somewhere that I love so much, but that when I genuinely think of some of my favorite people in all of the Rossifari world, right? It's the three people you just heard. It's Corey Michaela, who does the PR stuff there with me and works with me on all of that stuff, but also is kind of my partner in crime with a lot of the safe tree kangaroo stuff. And we have such a dream team working relationship. And that's not even talking about Mac, who's at Roger Williams Park Zoo, and Allison, who take care of the tree kangaroos and we spent time with, or any of the other people like Lauren, who we had on previously. So many. I mean, I've had so many people from there on. And I genuinely love all of these people so much. And then you add in the fact that that's where I got to know Amy Fennell from NEI, who has become one of our favorite people on this podcast, and that Danny from Southwicks and I have hung out at Roger Williams multiple times. And it's just, I'm emotional thinking about it right now. I want to go there right now. I don't think they're open as I record this right before midnight when the episode drops, but Roger Williams people are some of my favorite people. So with that said, a couple of quick reminders. It is still May, and until the end of May, Animals Anonymous is doing 2 different fundraisers featuring artwork designed from photographs that I took. The first one is of tree kangaroo Paya, who was at Roger Williams Park Zoo and is now at Lincoln Children's Zoo. And the second one is Tasik the Binturong. Tasik is at the Virginia Zoo. And 20% of all sales go to Safe Tree Kangaroo or AB Conservation, which is currently the only Binturong entirely focused conservation organization in the world. So make sure you check those out, animalsanonymous.com, or just check out at Animals Anonymous on the socials. You've only got a couple days left. They run to the end of May. Both are great causes. Both are art based on photographs that I took, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. So please consider doing that. And then I know I was talking about people I love at Roger Williams Park Zoo, but there are also other people I love, including my Red Panda level patrons, Dr. Laura Shank, Dr. Stephen Williamson, Barbara Bennett, Jenny Owens, Melissa Reed, Carrie Kirkpatrick, John Lewis, who is also here for stickers, Kevin Williams, and Cormac McMuffin. Meow. Last but not least, one more reminder, please consider joining my WhatsApp group. It really will make a huge difference. You joining that group could be the difference between this conservation trip happening or not. It really could be that much of a difference. We're really close to making it happen, y'all. So please consider that. Check my socials for the links. And with all of that said, I'll be back here on Friday with Zoo News. And until then, remember, friends, the word credits backwards is Steiderk. The Rossifari podcast is produced, hosted, and engineered by John Rossi. Editing and fact-checking by John and Dr. Zoe Rossi. Our theme song is Sevens by Nathan Burke, performed by Nathan and John. Interrupting John theme and additional voices by Taylor Isaac Gray. You can reach John directly on Instagram and Facebook at Rossifari or by email at rossifaripod@gmail.com. Rossifari is part of the Daydreamer Media Network. Now, stop listening to me and go visit a zoo.